TaylorTreasures! Look who we have here! It is the second appearance of Uncle John. Thanks for coming back.
Hi, everybody.
And the roving reporter, too, of the Ed videos.
Yes, I do bring some experiences back from the field.
Okay.
Which I'm here to share with you.
All right.
Thanks for having me back.
Sure. And I wanted to let you know that we do have a box of tissues this time.
Tissues. Awesome. Great.
Right.
Thank you. And for those keeping score at home, this is visit number 2
right.
by me.
Yeah.
2 of how many?
43, I think.
I think it's 44.
44. Okay.
Well, we can go back and check the.
Yeah. Oh, right.
1 of 44 is the plan.
We'll check it.
Okay. So what's the theme of the show?
Of this show, I'm not sure.
Okay.
He has a few ideas, but I'm just going to let you go ahead because I'm not sure.
Sure. Okay. I have a few things to talk about.
Okay.
Overall, I would say the theme of the show is peace.
Okay.
It's peace.
All right.
So keep that in mind. Not everything I want to talk about today is related to peace, but most of it is.
Okay.
Some of it is actually trailing items from when I was here last time a few weeks ago. Okay.
All right. Okay.
So,
I missed that.
I want to tell you, I was thinking about the show, and the show is so refreshing.
Yeah.
You don't see shows like this very often.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Doing great work, don't you think? So I also wanted to mention, so when we were talking about the whole thing with David Letterman and Bill Murray, I forgot to tell the story. I actually went to a taping of David Letterman once.
Oh, cool.
And you have to wait in line, like sort of in the theater before you go into the main part, sort of like where the box office is.
Okay.
And they have this velvet rope, and the audience stands to the right of the velvet rope, and to the left of the velvet rope is where the staff and the guests come in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And believe it or not, we're standing there waiting to go in, and this guy comes in with a baseball cap, and he walks by all of us like this. And you know who it was? I kid you not.
David Letterman?
It was Bill Murray.
Bill Murray? No
Yes,
way.
it was.
Oh my, that is probably
He was a guest that night when I went to the
that
taping.
is awesome.
I know, it's all coming together, right?
Right.
So we were like, oh, look.
That's probably why he's had his hat, because he didn't want to get bombarded.
Well, yeah, and most people didn't even notice, but I said to my friend, I said, that's Bill Murray.
Yeah. That is awesome.
So another item from the last time I was here, you may recall we were going through the autographs and the pictures of people that we have met and whatnot. And there was one in particular, and I went I knew we were running out of time and we had some other things to cover, so I said, we'll wait on that one.
Yeah.
So today is the day to talk about that one.
Okay? All right.
So this here, we were going to talk about it last time, but just ran out of time. We'll wait on that other picture, but kind of like Matt Damon on Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'll explain that one later.
Okay. All right.
So this here is me and a friend of mine with a famous musician. His name is Roger Cline.
Okay.
Okay. Right. And he has a band called The Peacemakers.
Yeah.
There's theme, the theme.
Yeah,
number
this is
one
the piece. Okay.
Okay, so we met him. I've had an opportunity to meet him several times.
Okay.
And hang out with him, and he's so good musically, and they're very friendly people, and they're fun. And they play across the country. They're actually based out of Arizona, but not many people know about them.
Yeah.
And have you ever heard of a sort of a wild musician? His name is Alice Cooper. Ask your dad. Ask your dad. Anyways, Alice Cooper describes Roger Cline and the Peacemakers as the best band you've never heard of.
Oh, okay.
But they are fantastic, and I've gone to see them. And the next thing I want to discuss is related to Roger Cline.
Okay, all right.
Okay, now what's the name of the band?
And the Peacemakers.
Okay. And if that was an acronym, what would that be? RCPM, Roger Cline and the Peacemakers. Okay, so this right now, we have some other things to talk about this afternoon. What time is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is the highlight, and I couldn't wait any longer to give it to you. So
okay.
I have here, this is pretty cool.
Okay.
This may be a first, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
This is like the first really cool evidence. Well, I was going to say of my roving reporting, but there's already been some cool stuff.
Yeah.
But this is for the studio here.
Okay.
And it is An autograph poster.
Oh my
I
gosh.
neglected to mention that RCPM, they're based out of Arizona, so a lot of their music has like a Mexican influence.
Okay.
And they like to call themselves the hombres.
Okay,
amongst each other.
Right.
So when I met them recently, I got a poster signed by the full band.
That is awesome.
For RCPM. And if you look closely, it says, "Gracias to the gals of TaylorTreasures."
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. That is awesome.
Is that a first?
That is,
Made out to the gals. So that's it. If you have an opportunity, that's going to be your theme if you want.
Okay, all right.
To the gals of TaylorTreasures.
Well, thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome.
That is going to be in here, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that is
I
awesome.
even wrote where it was signed in Cleveland, Ohio on March 8th.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to show this to Laura. She's going to love this. Wow.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So that's the highlight of the show, but we got some more stuff to talk about.
Okay, all right.
So going along with the theme of peace, so there's peace, right?
Yeah, right.
And so my mom, your grandma, if you asked, my brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, what one of her favorite words was, if not her favorite word, it was peace.
Okay.
And when we were young, even younger than you are now, we used to make banners that would say peace and other fun kind of stuff out of, arts and crafty kind of thing. And I have a couple of them, and I found a very small one. Now, it doesn't say peace, but it's got the spirit of peace in it. And I want to bring it again to hang in the studio.
Yeah.
This is, we probably made this when I was like in second grade.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah, see?
Look at that. Now, that's probably from a while ago, right? Like
when I was in second grade, that was at least 5 years ago.
5 years ago, right? Wow, that is
1970 something.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that is cool. Thank
Isn't that
you.
neat? Okay. Am I allowed to mention who I work for?
Sure.
Okay. So I work for the Federal Reserve.
Okay.
And we deal with money, right? And sometimes we take money off the streets because it's so tattered and torn, and we shred it. We shred it. And what we do is we collect that shredded money and do fun things like this.
Oh, cool.
And I was thinking this could maybe sit back here somewhere.
That could.
This is shredded money, and you can read on here. It says for every inch that this is, it's worth about over $2,000 in shredded money. So this is about $10,000 in shredded money.
Wow.
Yeah, you can have it.
Thank you.
Now, do you know what this has to do with peace? I'm giving you a piece of the economy.
That is good. Oh, wow.
So
This is great.
going back to the last show with the themes of the autographs, etc. I have one in my office, which is down in the basement, and I was working one day and I look up and I saw it and I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of bringing that one to the show.
Oh, okay.
So the actual bring the piece of art, it's like this big, but we got a picture of it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This is Bill Mazeroski. He hit. This is of him hitting a home run against the Yankees in the World Series to win the World Series.
Oh, okay.
Many people out in viewerland are familiar with this play. It's probably the most famous play in baseball.
Okay.
And he was a Pittsburgh Pirate, and we beat the big old mean Yankees to win the World Series.
Yeah.
It's like and if you look closely, it's autographed by him.
Oh, cool.
So I wanted to mention that, and tying it back to the theme of the show, when he hit the ball to make a home run, he really got a piece of it.
How do you come up with this? This is awesome.
So let's see. I have one more thing.
Okay.
I don't know. Are we too early on? Can we do Taylor Treasure Box now? Or do you want to pause and ask me a question on anything up to this point?
I can ask a few questions. We're actually doing really well on time.
Okay, well, let me ask you one more question. What's the name of this band?
Roger Cline and the Peacemakers.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, and the acronym is?
Let me see.
RCPM.
RCPM. Okay. Hard to remember. All right.
Okay, so let's save till the end.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So let's before we do the Taylor Treasures, do you have any questions?
I
or
do.
anything?
Yes, I have the questions right here. All right. So this is about your travels and stuff. All right. What is the most interesting thing that has happened on your travels? Because I know you travel a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking of for some reason, all my overseas travels come to mind, and just some fascinating places.
Yeah.
The most interesting place I ever went to was probably Thailand.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, that was neat. I'm trying to think of an actual event. With fun travel, I saw this band. This is one of the most interesting things in my travels.
Right.
Have you ever heard of Roger Cline and the Peacemakers?
I think I have.
I actually just saw them with some friends. When I was on vacation, we saw them in Chicago.
Okay.
And then we took the train up to Milwaukee to see them the next night.
Oh, nice.
They really know us now.
Yeah.
And then I saw them a few days later in Cleveland. So,
cool.
And the drummer told us that they're coming to Pittsburgh this summer.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Which will be cool,
Yeah.
So let's go to your next question. And if some event, like the most interesting thing, I mean, I've had some crazy airplane stories too.
I bet.
If you heard them, you wouldn't fly. So we won't talk about those. But let's see what else we got.
Have you ever missed a plane? Speaking of planes,
Have I ever missed a plane?
Yeah.
Yes, I have actually.
You have, okay.
Yeah. So many years ago, I worked for an airline called U.S. Air, which became U.S. Airways, and they're not even around anymore. They're part of American Airlines now.
Okay.
But anyways, when I worked for them, I could fly for free. So I would go down to visit my friend in Charlotte, and just for the night, because I could fly for free and come home. And one day we're sitting around. He's like, well, "What time's your flight?" And I'm like, "Oh, like 4 o'clock." And he looked at his watch. He goes, "Uh-oh, we're in the hurry up mode." And we went to the airport and got through everything, and I got up to the gate, and there goes my plane backing out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That would hurt.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then one other one, I didn't miss the plane, but I was going through Baltimore, connecting flights. Actually, I think my flight stopped in Baltimore, and I didn't even have to get off. People got off, and then other people got on. But I was staying on for the next leg, and I was starved. So I said to the flight attendant, I said, "Can I run off and grab a piece of pizza and come back on?" She's like, "Yeah, but hurry up, blah, blah, blah." Well, I go out, and it's Baltimore Airport, I remember, and it's under construction. It's got bright lights and 2x4s and plastic, and it's dark. And
Yeah.
So I'm got my pizza, and I'm going through this maze of gates, and it's all construction zone, and I get back on my plane, and they're announcing that we're on our way to Boston. And I'm like, "I'm not going to Boston." I got on the wrong plane.
Oh, my.
But they figured it, as I tried to turn around and get off the plane, as people were coming on, somebody was coming down, they figured that out. I got on the right plane.
Yeah. All right. How many states have you been to?
How many states? Wow.
Yeah.
I could count them up and give you an answer. I would say probably 30 to 35.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot out of 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially, I'm counting even going across the country in the train.
Yeah.
If you could pass through a state like North Dakota.
Right.
I've been to North Dakota because, we went through it. And I even got off the train when we had a break to walk around a bit. So I walked around in North Dakota.
Yeah. Yeah. For our vacations, we've been to some states, but we've driven through a lot of states.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Right. All right. What is the funniest thing that has ever happened to you?
Oh my gosh. That is a really difficult question.
I know.
I just think of some fun times even at work where we're just cracking up. Like one time, this is not the funniest thing that ever happened, but for some reason it just popped in my mind as being hysterical. Back in the day when I worked at a bank and we answered telephone calls for customer service, there was only 4 of us that took the phone calls from customers, and the manager was really cool. He liked to have fun, and we had phones a little bit newer than this, but still they were the kind with the earpiece twisted on.
I always thought those were really cool. Those
phones. That's what we had, and the manager set it up where the other 3 people were pretending to be on the phone, and then another person was calling in on this phone, and I was busy doing something. I'm like, would somebody get that phone? And my manager has this all set up, and so finally I'm like, okay, I'll get the phone. I go running over, and I pick up the phone, and he had it set up in such a way that it completely fell apart. They all started cracking up.
Oh my gosh.
Like I said, that's probably not even the top 25 things, but it's just one of those things. The phrase, you had to be there and you can't stop laughing.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Well, and there was also a time when This happened a few times when I was an altar boy in church, and like me and my friend are doing a wedding, and we're both on the opposite sides of the altar, and it's a very serious situation, and we look at each other, and we just can't stop laughing. You know?
I had that in a wedding once. Something happened, and I couldn't keep it in. Right. Okay, so this is the last question. What is something new that has happened to you since you were last on the show?
I got to hang out with Roger Cline and the Peacemakers.
It's like the funnest shows when you're out here.
Did you hear about these guys?
I'm not sure, but I think so.
I can tell you something new that's going to happen here by the end of the weekend.
Okay.
On Sunday, I am flying to Orlando, and I'm going to Walt Disney World.
Awesome.
For a conference.
That is cool. Are you going to go on like the rides and stuff?
I got to see, because I'll be diligently attending all the sessions and learning a lot.
Yeah, right.
And then, but I think they have like an evening pass or something. So
yeah,
but it's cool, and it's right. It's like the conference is right on the property.
Yeah.
And my hotel is not where the conference is, but I get to take the monorail over to the hotel where the conference is. Yeah. So that should be really cool. I'm looking forward to that. And I can tell you, folks. Do you know Epcot Center? It kind of looks like this, actually.
Oh, really?
That big ball.
Okay. Right.
When the last time I was only at Disney once, Disney World in Orlando, and they were actually building Epcot Center. That's how long ago. For you folks in the audience that know what I'm talking about, that was a long time ago. I was probably was in 9th or 10th grade.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. So again, that was more like 5-7 years ago.
Yeah. Right.
So anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely try to get to see some of the park.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
But it's nice. I'm going to Disney World on somebody else's dime.
Yeah, and the weather, it'll be nice and
nice. I did look at the weather. It's like in the 80s, and I think the high was 89 one day.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So now it is time for the Taylor Treasure Box. Wrong way. All right, so do you remember how this goes?
Yes.
All right, so you know which box to pick from. The red box.
Now again, this is for me.
Right.
Would you rather be Luke Skywalker or Captain Kirk?
That's a hard question.
Yes.
Now,
that is a hard question.
Are you more of a Star Trek or a Star Wars fan?
I enjoy them both, but I'd say I'm more of a Star Wars fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Captain Kirk, he was pretty cool. He did have a lot of girlfriends too, which is a plus in his corner. But Luke Skywalker, he's Luke Skywalker. He's Luke Skywalker, and the universe, the survival of the universe, basically rests on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And he does pretty good at that. So I would say I'd rather be Luke Skywalker.
Okay, good choice. Good choice.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. I'm gonna take this one. Would you rather always have a ringing sound in your ear or always have burning lips? Oh my. I think I'd rather have burning lips because, I don't know, the sound in your ear, that gets annoying. I've had that. And if it stayed forever, I would probably go crazy.
Good point. And you could drink a lot of cold milk if your lips are burning.
Yeah. But then it comes right back. So, I'd have to go with the lips for this one.
Okay.
But,
I could buy that. Okay, so to close out our peace theme.
Peace, okay.
Okay. I want you to maybe look away for a second.
Okay.
Let me do something here. And for you watching on television, don't tell her.
Yeah. Don't tell me.
Don't tell.
Although I don't know if you could.
But what we're going to do to celebrate... Okay, you can look. We're going to have a piece of pizza.
Pizza.
A piece of pizza. Get it?
A piece of pizza, right.
Now, what's really cool is there's a new pizza place that opened up down the road.
Okay.
And I found it to be really good and really refreshing.
Okay. All right.
And the pizza place is called Roger Cline and the Pizza Makers. See?
Look at that.
How about that? Yeah, they're branching out.
Yeah, that is so cool that all these things just fit together.
They fit together naturally. So,
all right.
There we have it.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show again, and I really hope to have you back.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. And then also, wow, thank you for this autograph. To take the time to do that, that's really nice of you. And for this,
and it's signed, every band member signed it.
Yeah, that is awesome. So, yeah, and also, I want to thank you for doing it with the little clips at the end of the video. I really appreciate that. I think that's a cool ending to it.
Oh, yeah. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
Hey, with any luck, maybe I can send a video back with Cinderella or Mickey Mouse or something.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
We'll see what we can do. All
right. So,
but hey, thanks for having me on once again.
Oh, yeah.
This is awesome.
Been a blast.
And I felt bad the last time. I wanted to also give my thanks and appreciation to Laura for giving me the honor of sitting in her seat.
Yeah.
So thank you, Laura. Sorry you couldn't be here.
I'm sure she's happy you're here. So,
okay,
yeah.
awesome.
All right.
Cool.
So
you know how we should end this show?
How?
Peace.
Peace. See you next Thursday.
See ya.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching that episode. If you would like to subscribe right here, peace. And if you'd like to watch a previous video, click up here. If you want to watch a random video, click down here, and we will see you next Thursday.
Peace
Bye.
out.
Peace out.